Welcome back. So 3D comparison, this will be a video regarding the following concept over here. So we have over here a Necron builder Scarab. This is from Warhammer 40k. And we see over here those fine details in the texture within this reference image. Now let's take a look at the outputs. So the first one over here will be Tripo. If I'm gonna slowly move around, we're gonna see that regarding the details, this will be pretty well defined. So we do have those 4 cylinders over here. And after that, we have the following components. So this is pretty good. Over here for the back, the builder Scarab will look as following. So we do have that embedded symmetry. So overall, this is a pretty solid model. Now, I only went ahead and I generated this into separated parts, and I also filled those within Tripo. So let's take a look over here at the output. I will also load this within. As we can see over here, regarding the legs, this will have in this case as following. So total amount of 6. Within this reference, it was like this. So I generated this twice within Tripo3D. And if you're gonna get over here a closer look to the reference, we're gonna see that it will be as following. We can also go ahead and let me just search over here. So Necron Scarabs. I'm just gonna go over here on this website for the references. And we see over here, this is how this is added within Dawn of War. So it's not actually the same over here within the concept that I used. As we see, this is as following. But let's take a look over here at the outputs for the total number of legs for the other models. So this will be Hitem3D. As you can see, just by default, the output quality over here for the texture is as following. So this also has an IOR in this case. If I'm gonna go to 1, this will be as following, so we can better see the mesh and not the reflection on the surface. For the design of the Scarab legs over here, we see it's as following. So we do have that joint, the next one, and this one. So again, pretty well defined. And overall, the texture will look as following. So if I'm gonna compare this to the one made using Tripo, we do have some details over here, but the one from Tripo also has those fine details of where directly on the mesh. Now, for the visualization, I can change this to auto smooth, but we see in this case, it will actually not work for this. Let me just see over here. For this one, I want to auto smooth it. So in this case, we see that I do have within my Blender some errors. So I'm not sure exactly why. But we're going to ignore the smoothing in this case. Now, let's take a look at the following. So as you can see over here, this is the following. This was made using Rodin. And one thing that I notice is the fact that it will not actually recreate all the details. So this should have 4 eyes, and this only has 2 over here. And also this mesh is not fully linked, and this is the output for the legs. So quite not that good compared to the others. And we see over here, this is the Rodin output. So maybe it was a little bit tricky for the generative AI tool to understand the overall details. Again, this is the reference image. So as you can see over here, those from this perspective, those can look that they are, let's say, merged together over here, but actually they aren't. So both Hitem3D, Tripo managed to output that good, but over here we see Rodin decided to just merge those. So most likely within their algorithm, they are merging quite a lot of elements. Now, the next one, this will be Vizcom. As you can see over here, this model is also really good. I do like the fact that the legs will be designed like this. We do also have some good symmetry embedded over here, so Vizcom is really good for symmetry. In my opinion, this is also a pretty good model. If you're gonna compare this directly with Hitem3D and Tripo over here, this model is also really good. And over here, this is from Vizcom, but this is the segmented mesh. And as you can see, the segmentation will be as following. Those will not actually be filled. And this is why I now added over here within Tripo the segmentation that will also fill. So this is the output. I'm just going to go ahead and I will export this. And I will load this within Blender. So file, import, following model. And we do have the segmented model made using Tripo over here. And keep in mind that this was also filled, so this does cost a lot of credits, but we see over here that the segmentation will be as following. And this is really important because we can now change the pivot point. For example, I want to change it over there, set origin to 3D cursor, and I can now rotate and animate this around that joint. Over here, this hasn't been actually been properly segmented, so I should have the joint over here where I have the spherical joint, but I can go ahead and I can just slightly move the pivot point somewhere over there. And now I can start to move this, and I can make this a parent. So I want this to set parent to object keep transform, and I can then further animate this. But again, that pivot point should be straight in the middle of the sphere, and that will make it a lot easier. Over here for the other arm of the builder Scarab, we see that this hasn't been separated as good as the one over here on the right. These are the components over here, so the segmentation will be as following. We have this top carapace for that, and these are the legs. Again, those two legs have been joined together over here. Even though we do have that segmentation, we see that the segmentation hasn't been done symmetrically. But yeah, overall we see that these are the outputs. So I'm just gonna jump over here within Vizcom, and these are the results directly from the platform, as we can see within Vizcom. This is for the segmented mesh. This is for the detailed with the max. So this model is really good in terms of geometry and also texture. So I'm quite pleased with the result. This is from Tripo. This is the segmented one. This is the normal one that hasn't been segmented. And we see over here that this will have the following legs over here. So only 4 in this case. While using the same image over here, this prompted as following. So we have the same 4 legs, but we have one extra section over here on the back. Now we see the model over here from Rodin. So in this case, we see that this struggled over here a bit. So this is the output. And I'm going to go over here within Hitem3D, and we're going to see that it will look as following. So this is also pretty good. Also regarding a total number of, let's say, legs, this will be again 4. So this is how they have been implemented within Dawn of War, and as we can see over here, the number of legs is as following. So keep in mind that the reference that I use, which is this image, didn't actually present those, but overall I'm pretty pleased with the result of generative AI. And we can already see that a model like this that I can further go and animate, this is quite usable within various case studies. So not only for computer graphics, but also for 3D printing. And we can further take this into computer-aided design. If I'm going to take a look over here for the arm, within the reference, it looks as following. So we see that blade over here on the left arm. We see it designed like this. This is within the fill part. So actually we see that Tripo will go ahead and will slightly change the geometry when it does the full filling, because this is the initial reference. And as you can see, the blade over here is much better detailed. This is within Hitem3D, and we see the blade was also pretty interesting designed over there. This is within Rodin. We see over here that Rodin also decided to further elongate this middle section. If you're gonna check over here the reference, it was as following. So it should have 2 of those. We have 2 elements in the front, But Rodin, for some reason, just decided to add one. This is also due to the fact that within Rodin, we have some settings over here with the symmetry. And I think you need to further adjust those because otherwise the output will not be that good. Let's just go ahead and I will quickly generate one of those. So okay, so I have over here the image. I'm just gonna hit generate, and I'm gonna go ahead and regarding the overall symmetry, I will say that this will be asymmetric, considering the fact that the design of the front claws will be different. So let's take a look if Rodin will manage to output some better results over here. Because for the other models over here that I analyze, we see that the output is pretty good across the board. But over here, Rodin didn't manage to output that geometry correctly, starting from this reference. Again, maybe it's not the simplest geometry over here. So let's take a look over here. This should soon be finished. And I'm just gonna go and I will set this to be asymmetric with a strength of 1 because it does have some elements that are symmetrical. So we see this is the initial output, mesh not connected over here where it's actually behind the head of the scarab. So I'm just gonna go with asymmetric and this will be a strength of 1 in this case. I'm just gonna hit redo and I wanna see if Rodin will manage to output some better details. We see over here that it also struggled to do some middle symmetry directly on the part over here. So we do have the good amount of eyes over here, two on each side. But overall mirror for those elements in the front, they have been repositioned to be on the same axis, on the same vertical axis. Even though within the reference it should be as following, so they are not actually on the same axis. We see the axis going over here and they will be left and right. And we see over here that the other tools manage to understand that depth perception. So Tripo3D over here, Hitem3D, this is from Rodin and Vizcom. So this is the only model that struggle with that. Now this has been reprocessed over here, and again we see that let's say embedded symmetry that goes within Rodin and will actually not help us over here. I will try over here asymmetric with 3. We see over here I want this to be detailed. We have over here some additional settings, but this will be for the seed. So I'm just gonna hit redo and see if it will be a little bit better. For other case study images, Rodin outputted some really good models. So we see over here that it kind of struggles with this Necron builder Scarab concept over here. And even over here for the claw, we're going to see that the geometry for this is as following. So if you're going to take a look on the reference, this edge has been further extended. We see the total length within the reference. We see it over here. But other than that, the geometry is pretty decent. For the legs, it decided to do something like this. So let's see within the updated version if we manage to fix that. Okay, so I see that with an asymmetric strength of 3, this is actually being twisted. So it's not good. I'm just gonna go with symmetric again, and I'm gonna hit redo. And I will try to do a local modification just for the front of the scarab and see if that will further improve. This is something that I like about Rodin, is the fact that we can go ahead and we can do various modifications, and we're gonna spend the credits only when we like the outputs. So all these testings over here does actually cost us any credits on the platform. While for the other tools, you will upload the image, it will take all of those credits, for example, Hitem3D, and it will then output that model. You see over here that for the bottom section, it decided to add something like this. So pretty weird in my opinion. If you're gonna take a look over here on the reference, it doesn't actually have that bulb on the bottom. So Hitem3D is the only one that decided to add that. If you're going to take a look over here at the overall proportions, I do like the ones from Vizcom and the one from Tripo most over here. So the overall geometrical shapes that will define the scarab, I think those will be the best in this case. Now, Rodin should have this reprocessed, so this should be symmetrical with one. Not sure if it actually was processed because we see over here that the mesh is weirdly twisted. So I'm just going to go ahead and click that once again. I haven't actually seen this, so with a asymmetric strength of 3, we see over here that the tool will pretty struggle. It will just add a bend over here on the following axis, so I'm not sure exactly what the model is going for over here. It also moved the front arm over here on the back. So you see it over here on the reference, it actually moved that over here on the back. Pretty weird results. This is why I like to make my records like this, so you can see live the outputs of each model. Okay, so this will be the following. We see over here that this was actually considered to be from the ground floor, and it's actually from the arm. Not sure exactly how this perspective, because it's clearly not within the same as the background. We see the points over here. So yeah, those are the results. Now, I'm really curious, what is your opinion regarding this? Because I compared over here Tripo, Vizcom, and also Hitem3D and Rodin over here. Let me know in the comment section what is your preferred tool. And also, if you are using some other tool, let me know in the comment section and I will also compare those as well. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're going to find a similar video over here on the left side. And if you enjoy this kind of content, you can consider to subscribe. You're going to find the button on the right. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching.